was a very weird conversation because it was a radio set and it was like after every line you had to say over, over, over. So I said, hello Bikram, over. They say, I will never walk again, over. I'm going to be paralyzed all my life, over. And from the other end, very faintly I heard my husband saying, don't worry about the legs, over. I will carry you in my arms all my life, over. Do not die on me. Just 3 lines. But that is what a good communication can do in a team, in an institution, in a collaboration, in a house, in a family. That word of faith, that word of being there, I think that communication makes any organization grow stronger. If you give that faith to anyone, because I knew that I had that faith, it was easy for me to go and get paralyzed. And then I was, again, I have always learnt, ज़रिया हमेशा वही रहता है, जब जब देखने का नज़रिया बदलते हैं, अपने आप जोश आता है. Walking through that hospital, I looked around. I saw average age soldiers, 19 to 25 years of age. Somebody had lost their leg, somebody an arm, somebody's skull had opened, somebody's eyes had fallen out. None of them had a medical problem. They had lost it because they were just in line of duty. They were serving the nation at the border, fighting the war for the country because they were army soldiers, not because they had tumors. So what right did I have to crib? That is how I motivated myself. You can always derive inspiration from anything and everything. It's rather than looking at your problems, if you look at what all you have, you will automatically feel blessed in life. As they predicted, I got paralyzed, and after the surgery, what I have till date is chest below paralysis. If you touch the 3rd button of your shirt, gentlemen, 3rd button of your shirt, sir, wo 4th hai, tie button, yes. So it is from here down. I do not have any sensation in my body. I don't have any muscle control in my body. I don't even have temperature control in my body, which a normal human body has. Only half my lungs inflate. Only half the lungs take in oxygen. I don't have torso balance. That's why you must be noticing I can't raise both my hands up together without tying my midriff, because there is no stomach or low back or back muscles. So if I raise both my arms, I can fall over. I have spastic paralysis, which means I get spasms and stiffness in the body. So every 6 to 8 hours, my joints have to be moved so that that stiffness can be broken and I don't get deformity in the joints of my body. And the biggest challenge that I do not have a bladder or a bowel control. Every drop of water that I drink has to be measured. If I drink too much water without timing myself as to where I will be, in how much time do I have to get back to the room, I can wet my clothes, I can overfill my diaper or my urine bag, whatever I'm wearing at that point of time. If I don't drink enough, my bladder collapses, I end up with urinary tract infections, and if my bladder sinks in due to lack of water in it, then I have to be taken for catheterization to the hospital to remove urine from my body. Same thing is with the diet. If I don't eat enough greens, I can end up with constipation. Then for removal of stool from my body, I have to be taken to the hospital for proper enema. And if I don't balance it and eat too much of it, I can have loose stomach. Since I have no muscle control, I can dirty my clothes. I have hypothyroid, I gain weight easily. Excessive medication, my gallbladder had to be surgically removed, so my digestion is very poor, and I gain weight easily. because of lack of thyroid balance in my body. I have to be regularly under MRIs and radiation to now keep the tumor from coming back, because they can't wait for it to show up on the MRI, because no more surgery can be done. 3 repetitive tumor surgeries have happened between the shoulder blades. Only my shoulders are functional, only the neck, partial neck is functional, and between the shoulder blades I have almost 200 stitches and 7 vertebrals have been chopped. They could not put a plate there, because if they put a plating to support my spine, I cannot go into the MRI machines for tumor detection MRIs. I have so many medical excuses up my sleeve with so much of medical ailments, but I think I still look hot. Yeah? People said, I'm going to die in a room, in my own urine and in my own feces. Deepa will never be able to come out of the room. This disease can never have anything else but being inside, homebound, in wheelchair, wheelchair bound, can't be a mother now, can't be a wife, cannot do the housework. But I learned how to live in the new body. I learned again. I learned to cope up emotionally. I learned to cope up physically. I started taking on duties what I could lying in the bed. I did everything to keep myself going. I was working very hard. But the stereotypical thought process and the negativity of the society which was coming back, the mother has become like this, the daughter is under treatment, what is going to happen to this family? Poor children will live on biscuits and Maggies. So many doubts. And that is where I decided I had to do something. And I coined a thing for myself called ability beyond disability. I suddenly felt that something needed to be done to remove this thought process in the eyes of people. Deepa was alive, Deepa was happy, Deepa was learning, Deepa was working very hard. People were only looking at her body and as paralyzed, and Deepa had to tell the world that her soul was not paralyzed yet. And so I learned to adapt. I learned to adapt, and in this journey of learning, the first thing I did was to start a restaurant project. I started small as a home delivery counter in Ahmednagar, Maharashtra, where my husband was posted and my in-laws are settled. It was just home delivery packets. I got underprivileged children on board, the sons of the maids in the army area, encouraged them to go back to education or to some kind of learning. Instead of doing menial jobs, I encouraged them to complete their 12th or to do a mobile course, to do driving courses, to go and learn the receptionist courses, to be compounders in the hospitals, to be storekeepers in the factories. They started doing these little courses in the daytime, and in the night they became my home delivery boys. We started with a table, 2 tables, 3 tables, and a day came when people were saying that Deepa's daughters will be brought up on biscuits. Deepa was educating almost 20 children every year and feeding 400 people per day. This restaurant project became so big that I got a national award called the Self-Reliance Award for a woman in severe disability.